Taking a look at today's interest rate markets, let's look at the 10-year note futures as they're recovering today. 10-year note futures under some pressure really since the Fed announcement last week, and early in the session we did see the futures market lower before finding some buying pressure here as we move through the session, and now currently trading higher on the day, currently priced at 114.28 in the futures market. And we look at the driving factors, it appears that the Fed speakers, the Fed officials that are speaking throughout the day today are having an influence in the markets. We have several Fed officials speaking throughout this week. Now, early in the session, we did have some data points that came in a little bit stronger than anticipated. And that, for the second day, really did keep some pressure early in the session on the Treasury markets and the 10-year note futures. But as we move through the session, buying pressure was able to take hold. And now we're seeing the futures market stemming some of the selling pressure over the past week, with the Fed officials continuing to roll out their policy and the thought process moving forward after the meeting. And we're going to continue to have that unfold throughout the week. And then later this week, Friday, PCE data release, which is the Fed's preferred measure of inflation. So that could certainly influence the markets on Friday early in the session. But overall, throughout this week, we're going to have several Fed speakers as well as today throughout the next several days. And when you look at the yields, we're looking at that 10-year yield down 1 basis point today to 373 basis points currently. Now, intraday, we did see it trade up over 381 basis points, and that is the highest yield intraday going back 3 weeks before, again, as I mentioned, that selling pressure abated a bit, and we were able to establish some higher price action throughout the afternoon and move those yields slightly lower. Now, looking at the yield curve as a whole, a little more buying pressure on the short end of the curve. We're seeing yields down anywhere from 2 to 3 basis points in the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 5s. And then the back end of the curve, actually a little bit of selling pressure, keeping yields a little higher on the day. But the 10-year note futures are coming off of early selling pressure today to stem some of the selling pressure over the past week and move higher on the session.